Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Master Program Training. Energetic and neurological blocks silently repelling your income. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does that mean? And I'm glad you asked. So here's the deeper meaning. A block is a stored emotional or energetic imprint that interferes with flow, often operating from your unconscious mind and your body. Why is this imperative for you to know? Because if you don't identify your inner blocks, they'll silently control your financial outcomes. No matter how much you try, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you meditate, visualize, affirm your success, or by enter into quick money making digital marketing, 3-step plans, 2-step plans, 5-step plans, whatever that may be. So here's the deeper teaching of it. I'm going to be showing you how unhealed scattered energy embeds itself into your nervous system. I'm going to be also showing you how signs of energetic push energy that repels clients, repels sales, repels your consistent money flow, and the hidden trauma loops that distort your money magnetism. Also, how to identify your current income ceiling based upon your nervous system set points. Here's a statement from one of my most beloved mentors. Your body becomes the mind of lack. You rehearse scarcity long enough. From Dr. Joe Dispenza. Now, scarcity isn't just a mindset. It's an emotional memory stored in your body. When you grow up hearing things like there's never enough, money doesn't grow on trees, or watching your caregivers stress out and suffer, the endless cycles of poverty and suffering and struggle. What happens is your nervous system registers that as survival and it equates it to safety because the mind and body isn't able to differentiate from what's true and from what's imagined and from what's realistically happening. So the body becomes addicted to the chemicals of worry, stress, financial fear, and lack of control. So even when you consciously desire wealth, even when you consciously are making efforts to attract wealth, your body is subconsciously rehearsing poverty every single day because that's what it's familiar with. The body becomes the unconscious mind. And so until you change the emotional frequency you've lived in for the past umpteen years up until now, your future will always reminisce or mimic your past. It will always look like that and disguise signs of energetic push energy that repels clients, energy that repels income, energy that repels safety. Push energy equals forced pressure. It equals lack of trust in the biofield. Some examples are if you say, I need to pay my bills so I won't lose my house or what I have or the ability to keep a roof over my head. If you continue thinking or saying things like, if I don't go live today, no one will buy my products. If I don't show up, no one will buy my products. If I don't get started, I'm not going to complete said goal that is purpose to draw in money. If you continue to have a hustle harder, manipulate people into buying my products, or use all of these heinous, disgusting money mind cycle manipulative tricks that others have used, that's not going to work for you. And if it does, you will eventually burn out. This is not magnetism, it's contraction. Let me say that again. That's not magnetism, that's called contraction because it comes from the root belief that you have what it takes to succeed. And therefore, your energy becomes desperate instead of grounded. Let me say that again. That type of magnetism and contraction comes from your mindset that it comes from the root belief that you don't have what it takes to succeed. And therefore, your energy becomes desperate instead of grounded. Your clients don't consistently see you, but they feel it. They feel your feel. Energy will never lie, even though it can be manipulated. It doesn't lie. And we all have a bioelectromagnetic pulse, a bioelectromagnetic field, and which is sensed and projected not only by us, but by others as well. So when you're aligned, you're broadcasting a coherent electromagnetic signal that works in your favor instead of against it. When you're in this energetic push repel state of being, you're broadcasting an incoherent electromagnetic signal. So when you're pushing, you're broadcasting incoherence, and your field doesn't respond to chaos. The universe, God concept, the infinite source of life, the infinite source of creation, doesn't respond to chaos. It responds to clarity, intention, confidence, and aligned matches of the frequency in which you are on and in which you embody. So let's talk about the hidden trauma loops that distort your money magnetism. A trauma loop is when your brain and your body stay stuck in a past emotional pattern and project it into the present. Pardon me, let me say that again. A trauma loop is when your brain and body stay stuck in a past emotional pattern and project it into your present. An example of that would be if your caregiver dismissed you when you asked for things, or your subconscious may associate asking with rejection or receiving with guilt. You'll develop this hidden trauma loops that distorts your money magnetism. And these traumas gets looped every time you rehearse them, knowingly or unknowingly. They undervalue your offers. They discount your prices. You begin to avoid visibility. You begin apologizing for charging for what you should know you're worth and not for what you don't think you are worth. And these traumas are subtle. They're not loud. They're not pronounced. They're not polarized. They're very, very subtle, yet extremely powerful in shaping the outcome and your results when it comes to money magnetism or lack thereof. It also distorts your magnetic field, so you unconsciously repel or block your abundance. And most times we don't even realize it. So the only way to change your future in a financial sense, the only way to change the trajectory of your financial forecast is to stop emotionally reliving your past. Healing is breaking the habit of being your old self and embracing your new patterns of your new self. Now, let's briefly talk about how to identify your current income ceiling based on your nervous system set points. Because your income ceiling is rarely strategic, it's somatic. The body remembers. That's what somatic means. The body remembers. The body reveals. The body can also restore. If you are consistently capped out at a certain monthly income, if you hit a peak and then backslide, if you're knowingly or unknowingly sabotaging growth after your wins, if you're hitting peak and then backslide, sabotaging your growth after your wins, your outer results are going to reflect your inner thermostat and your income set point, which is equal to what your familiar emotional state around receiving money, deserving money, being worthy of money is. So, these are some of the feelings you may feel when it comes to money. Guilt for having more than others, fear of responsibility or visibility, shame around wealth or success, discomfort when it comes to you talking about what your services are costing, what the investment cost is, and the benefits that they offer. I hope you understand that, love. This concludes lesson 1 of energetic cells and magnetic money master training. See you in the next video training.